Hi everybody, my name is Laura Fife and I do these little workshops each day here on Facebook, on YouTube and on my website to help writers across the world with procrastination and with writer's block. I'm approaching 100 workshops very soon. This is day number 90 of these workshops, and I started these during lockdown to help myself with my own creativity. I knew that if I was coming here each day to help other writers, then that would make sure that I was doing the writing for myself as well. But there's been so many positives have come out of it. I now have nearly 90 now little writing pieces that I wouldn't have had otherwise, and I've had a lot of lovely messages from people and lovely reviews from people on my Facebook page and on Amazon and Audible of my books as well. So as a thank you to those of you who have put reviews on or are just about to put reviews on, then I'm going to offer 3 of those people a one-to-one session with me so that I can help those 3 people increase their creativity, decrease procrastination and set up a regular writing practice. So if you haven't popped a review up and you've been meaning to, then you have until the end of the month to do that. Thanks in advance for the couple of minutes that you take to do those. Okay, each day here we do a little 6-minute writing session, and for the 6-minute writing session we use a process called the Wellspring process that I've developed over about 8 or 9 years of doing creative writing workshops. It's really simple, but it's been honed down over that time, and it's from a little book, Wellspring, here. It's a very short little book that gives advice on how to combat procrastination mostly using this little writing process. It's basically free writing. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you a little prompt and I'm going to ask you to write and write and write, and that's the main thing. Just keep writing, even if the only thing you can think of writing is I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write. Even if it's swearing, turn that page blue, whatever you like, just keep scribbling. The only rule to the 6-minute writing process is don't edit, okay? Editing is very important for later on in the process. For the moment, this is about letting the ideas flow through you, through the pen, onto the page. Or if you prefer to use your computer, then, or whatever you use to write with, then that, if you prefer to use that rather than using pen and paper. For myself, I prefer to use pen and paper for the 6-minute writing Wellspring process. I also prefer to use keywords and phrases, because as soon as I start using punctuation and grammar, I start to worry about grammar, and then the perfectionist thing comes in as well. So I prefer keywords and phrases. It helps keep me writing very quickly too, which can help. But there's no right or wrong with that. You can write fast or write slow. The main thing is just to keep writing. For these last 10 days, I would quite like to use these last 10 days of Wellspring workshops to reflect a little bit on the last few months. I've been looking over some of the early videos, that I put up, and thinking back to that time when we were just going into lockdown. And for that reason, our first prompt today, this is also because I received a request from a dear friend to look at nature writing. So our first request is seasons, and at the end of this I'm going to read a little haiku from Alan Spence. I love Alan Spence poetry. He's a Buddhist writer as well. So seasons, we've gone here in Scotland anyway. In Scotland we can go through all 4 seasons in one day, really, in summer, but we've gone through from spring to summer, and surprisingly soon we'll be heading into autumn as well. So 6 minutes on seasons. You can take that whatever way you like. I like to leave things as open as possible for these 6-minute writing Wellspring workshops. I will time us for 6 minutes. Remember, keep writing, even if the only thing you can think of writing is I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write. Just keep it going, okay? So your 6 minutes on seasons begins now. So that is your 6 minutes on seasons. If you have hit a wee vein of gold there and you want to keep going with that, just pause this by all means. The most important thing is just to keep going with that. Alan Spence, I'm going to read something here that sums up, suppose, again, the weather in Scotland a bit. Something I think that's been quite special about lockdown, and I think it's very important to try, when you're in a good frame of mind, to do so, to try and take the positives from things that we've struggled with, and lockdown has certainly been a struggle. It's one of the things that doing this has been a real joy for me. Engaging with so many people around the world has been lovely. There's something to be found, I think, in reflecting and being, so many of us have been stuck in that one place for a much longer space of time than we would have been, and I think immersing yourself in that moment is something that we can do in the 6 minute Wellspring writing, and it's been something that we've been able to do throughout lockdown as well. And I've certainly come to a renewed appreciation of the area in which I live, and I love haiku for that. If you've never read or written a haiku, Haiku, it's worth looking into. They're very meditative and they're very good for helping situate you in that moment. So this is Seasons of the Heart from Alan Spence, and this is to do with finding, I think, nature and the wondrous even in an urban environment. Maybe not the most romantic environment, but you can find the joy there as well. Rainbows in the spray kicked up by the lorry. And that's it. That's the whole thing. I'll read that one more time. Rainbows in the spray kicked up by the lorry. And I love it. I write about that in Wellspring, the idea of a rainbow you have to have to find that magical or that magic of a rainbow. You need to have both the rain and the sun at the same time. It's something my 5-year-old loves telling me about as well. So that is our day 90 of our Wellspring 6 minute writing workshops. Thanks again for joining us, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you tomorrow. All the best, guys. Take care and happy writing.